Okay, we got a stream. It says we are streaming. So I'm going to give this a try. This is a test of our live streaming at First Presbyterian Church in Martins Ferry. We're just running a test, and so we want to make sure that all the audio and the video are talking to each other with the software. It's been a rather challenging setup for neophytes here, but I'm just going to read. This is the second chapter of the book of Genesis. This is the account, and you're going to see pictures changing while I am talking because Pamela is going to switch screens and just test out what we can do with our software. So, in the second chapter of Genesis, we hear this story. This is the account of the heavens and the earth when they were created. When the Lord God made the earth and the heavens, and no shrub of the field had yet appeared on the earth, and no plant of the field had yet sprung up. The Lord God had not sent rain on the earth, and there was no rain, no man to work the ground, but streams came up from the earth and watered the whole surface of the ground. The Lord God formed the man from the dust of the ground and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life. And the man became a living being. Now, I'm going to stop here just for a minute as I talk. Oh, we lost our camera video feed, I see, but that's okay. We're still getting a signal from the camera, but it's not showing. And I think that's because we don't have our memory card in the camera. So that's okay. We'll just see. We'll just keep going. But notice in the second chapter of Genesis that it uses the word the Lord God. Chapter 1 did not use the word Lord God. It used the word God. And that is one of the indicators that this is an earlier text than the first chapter, because the language that is used, the Lord God, is Yahweh, and this is the Yahweh's story of creation. The first chapter is the priestly story of creation. And they were merged together. Okay, now I'm going to continue on with the reading. Now the Lord God had planted in the garden in the east, in Eden, and there he put the man he had formed. And the Lord God made all kinds of trees to grow out of the ground, trees that were pleasing to the eye and good for food. In the middle of the garden there were the tree of life and the tree of knowledge of good and evil. The river watering the garden flowed from Eden, and there it separated into 4 headwaters. The name of the first was Pishon. It winds through the entire land of Havilah, where there is gold. The gold of that land is good. Aromatic resin and onyx are also there. The name of the second river is Gihon. It winds through the entire land of Cush. The name of the third river is the Tigris. It runs along the east side of Ashur. And the fourth river is Euphrates. And the Lord God took the man and put him in the garden of Eden to work it and take care of it. And the Lord God commanded the man, "You are free to eat from the tree in the garden, but you must not eat from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, for when you eat of it, you will surely die." So why would God say to the man that you will die if you eat the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. Well, we think of good and evil as being opposites, but maybe this was God saying to Adam that evil brings death. And so the knowledge of good and evil, we might think that's good, but it takes away our dependence upon God, our trust in God, and opens the door for death, opens the door for evil. And the Lord God said, "It is not good for the man to be alone. I will make him a helper suitable for him." Now the Lord God had formed out of the ground all the beasts of the field and the birds of the air. He brought them to the man to see what he would name them, and whatever the man called each living creature, that was its name. So the man gave names to all the livestock, the birds of the air, and all the beasts of the field. But for Adam, this earth creature, no suitable helper was found. Adam, literally, Adama, would be translated as earth creature. And so for this Adam, no suitable helper was found. So the Lord God caused the man to fall into a deep sleep, and while he was sleeping, he took out one of the man's ribs and closed up the place with flesh. Then the Lord God made a woman from the rib he had taken out of the man, and he brought her to the man. The man said, "This is bone. This is now bone of my bone and flesh of my flesh. She shall be called woman, for she was taken out of man." Notice this creation is different than all of the other creations where the Lord God had made all the animals and had made Adam, but this creation was from the rib of Adam. And for this reason, a man will leave his father and mother and be united to his wife, and they will become one flesh. And the man and the wife were both naked, and they felt shame. I think I skipped over some of the reading there, but that's all right, as this is only a test, and so I'm sure those people who are watching us will forgive my skipping over some of the reading and just moving extemporaneously on this. We hope that we'll be able to get this up for worship services in the near future, and we'd like to do a weekly Bible study also. This is a foretaste of things to come. Thanks for joining us, and I think I'm going to tell Pam to shift the picture back to me, so I can so that you can close out. Yep, there we go. We should be done. And thanks for joining us for this little test. There it is. Hey, I can see myself.
That's on our Facebook page.
Oh, it's on our Facebook
I
page.
shared it to my Facebook page.
Okay.
And then shared it to the church's Facebook page.
Okay.
And then they click on it and they go to YouTube.
Well, folks, since you've either seen this on YouTube or on Facebook, please message us on Facebook and let us know that you are seeing it. Thank you. Thanks for joining us. Testing this.